Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I know I'm glowing today, but it's just sweat, so don't get too excited. It's really hot in here. I'm in a small room. There's no airflow really going on, so very hot and steamy in here. But anyways, I am excited for this video because I have another lower body video, but this time it's at the gym. So this is gonna show a more accurate representation of what I actually do because I don't really use dumbbells that much because you can only get so far with those. And what I mean by that is in order to increase muscle and to see results, you need to be constantly increasing your weight like every week, every other week, whatever. You just need to be leveling up, if that makes sense. So having all the extra equipment is very beneficial, it's very helpful, and I'm just gonna stop rambling on because I know you guys are here to see the video, so let's get started. Okay, so for the first exercise today, I'm going to be using the assisted pull-up machine, but we're obviously not going to be doing pull-ups today. We're going to be using it for a leg exercise. So basically for this, you're going to put your leg on the little like assisted platform. And what I like to do is I hang the front of my foot, so like my toes, off of the edge. So that's going to make it more of a hamstring exercise and a little bit more for the booty instead of just being more of a quad focused. But by hanging my toes off, I really make sure that I'm just using my heel because I don't even have the chance to use my toes because it's very easy for my quads to take over. So that's just a very helpful tip if you have that same problem. Also, while I'm doing this, I hold on to the sides and I lean forward a little bit. And for this, I will do 3 sets of 10 to 15, depending on how much weight I'm using. I usually try to go for a heavier weight, and obviously the heavier you go, the harder it's gonna be, so you're not gonna be able to do as much. But you really want to push yourself. Just don't push yourself too far to where you get hurt, but definitely try to do a lot of weight. Just don't exaggerate. The next exercise I'm doing today is the hip abduction machine, and you can either hold on to it like I am here, or you can hold on to it in front of you like I'm sure a lot of you have seen before. And this way, it's just mainly focusing on your glutes. I feel like you get better activation in them. Just try it out and see what works best for your body. For this, I don't really keep track of the sets, but I will do 15 reps. And then I'll kind of just do it until I feel like I can't do it anymore. So that can range from like 4 to 5 to 6 sets. It really depends on the day and how much weight I'm using, but I just really like to burn myself out with these because whenever I use this machine, I notice results fairly quickly, so I just really like doing it. The next exercise I have is the queen of all booty exercises, okay? So of course, that means we're doing hip thrusts next. While doing this, you really want to push your weight, so try to do a fairly heavy amount of weight, and I really feel it in my butt. Like I get cramps in my booty. So the key to hip thrust is to make sure that you are set properly on the bench. So it should be right under like your shoulder blades. Always kind of just keep your chin tucked into your neck and don't move from that position, because if you are just looking straight up in the sky, you're going to overextend your pelvis, and that's just no. That's just a no for me. Also for this, you wanna make sure you're pushing with your heels, not your toes. And you wanna make sure your legs are like a 90-degree angle. So it's very awkward whenever you first start doing this exercise. A lot of people give up, but I'm just telling you, you'll figure it out. The way you position your legs is gonna be different from another person. So if you're doing it different from someone else, don't just assume you're doing it wrong. Just do the way you feel more comfortable doing and the way you feel better contraction, because what works for someone else is not always gonna work for you. And for these, I really like to push myself. So I will do a lot of sets during these, and I'll do about 10 reps. And then on the last one, so on the 10th rep, I'll try to hold it there for a couple seconds, but that's really pushing it, so sometimes I can't do that. Next, we are making our way over to the cable machine, and for this, I do have my own little ankle bands, but I think they do have some at the gym where they might look a little different, but you can use those, or even the little handles that you would use for like bicep curls or other exercises. You could just put it on your foot and use that. But it's definitely easier if you just have like the little ankle band, but it's not necessary. So I'm doing cable kickbacks and hip abductions. So first I start off with the hip abduction because it's just the way I do it. For For this, I use a little bit of a lighter weight because I have bad hips and it's harder than you think. So for this, I just do 10 reps, and then right after, I'll go ahead and increase my weight and I'll do the kickbacks. For this, you want to make sure that your back is flat. You don't want to be arching it or any direction. This exercise is also pretty awkward at first, but you kind of figure it out. You want to make sure your body stays in like the same position while you're kicking back. You don't want it to turn to the side because then you're not doing the exercise correctly and you're not getting the full effect. I'll do 10 reps of these and then I'll move on to the next leg. It's definitely a good one, so I do recommend to try it out. So for today, we're finishing off with the leg press, and there are so many different positions you can put your feet in, but I'm just gonna show you the way that I'm doing it today. I wasn't too focused on my booty for this. I was more focused on like my quads. So I have my feet in a pretty standard position, but if you do want to focus more on your booty, like that's why you're watching this video, then put your feet out wider and literally just push through your heels. Do not have your toes doing the work for you, because then you're just gonna feel it in your quads and that's kind of defeating the purpose. So here you'll see me that I'm pushing through my heels, but I don't have my feet super wide or anything, so I'm still using mostly my quads. For this, I'll try to push for 15 reps and I'll do 3 sets of these. And also while you're doing this, you don't want to fully straighten your legs, so don't lock your knees, because I have seen so many videos of people's legs just snapping, like snapping right off. Not off, but they like just break their leg, and I'm like, I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want it to happen to you. So just avoid it, and you can straighten your leg without locking your knees. So just don't lock your knees if you don't want your leg to snap in half. So just a disclaimer, if you are new to the gym, I know a lot of these look very awkward and they can be very uncomfortable to do at first because you feel like everyone's staring at you, but I promise you there's probably no one even looking at you. Because I felt the same way. A lot of these are very awkward looking, they're weird, and you're gonna feel uncomfortable doing it, but you get used to it and you're going to feel more confident the more you do it. So if you're avoiding an exercise just because it looks weird and you feel like everyone's gonna be staring at you, don't think that way, because you're there for yourself and for yourself only. And also everyone else is there to benefit themselves. So they're probably paying more attention to themselves than you. So I just want to put that out there because it took me a long time to do certain exercises just because I felt weird and I felt like everyone was watching me. Once you get over it, who cares? Even if they are looking at you, who cares? Because you don't know them anyways. And if they're judging you for betting yourself, then what does that tell you about them? Okay? Just wanted to have a little heart to heart there. But anyways, that is it for today's video. The next leg workout I have is going to have a few different things, but it will still include some staples like the hip thrusts. But I do like to change it about like every other time, but I keep the same kind of general routine. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you liked it. Of course, make sure to subscribe and like the video so then you can see more content like this. And if you try it, comment down below because I want to know what other people think of it, or if you have any recommendations. I'm open to that. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video.